Taekwondo fighter. Can't imagine what it'd be if I was a Olympic boxer in heavyweight, man. Ooh, that was spicy. Damn, Buster. You got busted. Holyfield's, I mean, he's a good boxer. I can see he's a good boxer, but there's something.
Real deal Holyfield.
I'm not feeling it. Hey, what's going on, homies? Welcome back to the channel. Now, for those of you who are new and this is your first time seeing me, join me on the journey to keep learning more about different sports and the history behind it all. I'm a former Taekwondo Olympian, so with that came a lot of sacrifices when I was growing up. I didn't get to see much of the mainstream media or action that was going on during that time. With that all out of the way, let's just jump into the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
We get to see the action. Let's go.
For the
The Specimen himself.
Heavyweight Championship of the world.
Arguably the greatest cruiserweight in boxing history.
Cruiserweight. Wow. He's built like a heavyweight, but he's a cruiserweight? What's a cruiserweight? Like,
His
pound-wise.
is the story of determination, heart, spirit, and the relentless pursuit of his dreams.
A Specimen.
A boxing icon. His own video game.
Okay. I didn't know that.
From the last knockout.
He even got his own video
A
game.
fleet of sports cars.
Most of the champions' 213
He seems like he has
million
Mike Tyson
earnings are gone.
And a tragic tale of losing it all.
No way. He lost it all. So this is like a Mike Tyson story. I'm very entertaining how they both actually fought each other too. Oh my god, that looks like Bob Ross, the painter.
Evander Real Deal Holyfield.
Wow, his nickname's the Real Deal. I like that.
Evander Real Deal Holyfield.
Real Deal Holyfield. Who comes up with all these nicknames? That's sick.
Raised by a single mother, his family moved to the crime-ridden Bowen housing projects in Atlanta.
Yep, started from the bottom.
And when did you start boxing?
Started at 8 years old.
A chance encounter
young.
with a youth coach pushed young Evander to boxing.
Mr. Morgan, he was like 70 years old. He said, "Do you know you could be like Muhammad Ali?"
Oh, wow.
I said, "I'm only 8 years old." He said, "You won't always be 8."
You won't always be 8. Come on. Have that
He
drive.
stormed through the amateur ranks and joined the 1984 American Olympic boxing team.
Oh, wow.
Arguably the greatest
Another
squad
Olympic boxer.
in American history.
Lennox Lewis. So
Knocked everybody out.
He won every match by knockout.
And the last person I knocked out, they say I hit him on a break.
This is Holyfield in the semifinals at the Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
man, imagine if
versus
I wasn't a
Kevin Barry
Taekwondo
of New
heavyweight
Zealand.
fight Olympian, a boxing Olympian.
You saw that.
That'd be
It
cool.
was inevitable. Now, wait a minute.
I'm a heavyweight Taekwondo fighter.
It was on the
Can't
break,
imagine
and
what
I
it'd be
think
if I was a
Novacek will deduct the
Olympic
point,
boxer
but I
and
don't know
heavyweight, man.
if the fighter can go on.
He was DQ'd
What?
after knocking out his opponent.
Thus it was Anton Josipovic of Yugoslavia going on to win the gold. But the
Yugoslavia, dude.
International Olympic Committee virtually admitted the unfairness of
Interesting.
the disqualification, and they awarded Holyfield the bronze medal amidst much controversy. And Josipovic gave Holyfield
Wow, I
his
did
due.
not know
It
this.
ranks among the greatest Olympic robberies to ever take place.
So he hit him after the count?
And my mom always told me things happen, good and bad, to good people and bad people.
Evander settled for bronze and set aim on a professional
semifinals.
career.
Another fact, the man we're going to show in the
Oh,
first
so that guy who got knocked
is
out
the
went to
best
compete one
prospect,
more
in my
fight? That's
opinion.
dangerous.
3 knockouts, 4, but didn't win the gold. Evander Holyfield.
His highly anticipated debut went off without a hit.
Here we go in the first round. Watch Holyfield.
See the transition between Olympic boxing into actual like real boxing?
He punches.
He gets you paid very well. With Olympic Taekwondo, nothing. Nothing happens after that. You just open up a school. Wow, those are strong hits, dang. Wow, great combos too. This is still cruiserweight? Wow. Great speed.
Oh, 1-2. That's staggered firearm. Look at him.
The winner by unanimous
By
decision
unanimous decision.
in his professional
Is he known as like a dirty fighter? Because I know Mike Tyson bit his ear, so I already know that because of the headbutts. Is he known as a dirty fighter?
Holyfield was the hottest commodity in boxing, not named Mike Tyson.
After his popularity soared following that provocative disqualification at the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
Sandy is a great businessman, and most of all, he had my best interest in his heart.
His Olympic robbery had elevated him to mainstream consciousness and drew the attention of crooked managers and promoters.
Don't say Don
You
King.
don't have other body looking out for you. Everybody taking something for themselves. Man, everybody just stealing, man. They just stealing.
Seems that you trusted the wrong people.
Wow, really?
To make a name for himself against Evander
Was that Don
Holyfield,
King or just
who
someone
many
else?
feel in a couple of years will be primed for
Is there a top
shot
5 of
at the
corrupted
light heavyweight
promoters?
title.
With each fight, Holyfield improved.
That stuns Rivera. Then Holyfield works on the body, comes back to the head, comes back
I mean,
to
the quality is not that great, but I mean, I can tell who Holyfield is. He's the one that's dominating,
to
man.
escape the corner.
That physique is amazing. Every boxer has such a great physique. Muscles popping, lean. I wonder if they were born with that or is it training?
Evander Holyfield wins it, and he wins it very impressively.
I mean, obviously it's training, but I mean like the gifts, the physical gift.
Human being outside of the ring, he's soft-spoken, but in that ring, he's like a Ray Leonard. All the great ones have that quality. He's the kind of guy who went back in Greece, he'd have a sword in his hand and be out in the sawdust coming at you, and you wouldn't want to see that. He's a bayonet fighter. He wants to get in there with you, but get close. He doesn't want any going around. He's in a fist fight.
And he's in against Evander Holyfield, who became such a national figure as a result of a disqualification in the Olympic Games. The winner of this fight figures to be in line for a title opportunity with Donald Quarry and Leon Spinks.
Not relying on brute power, but true boxing skill to put his opponents away.
And he is still strong. Great technique, great combos.
Hard left and right by Holyfield.
He doesn't want another knockout like in the Olympics, man.
Down to one knee goes Anthony Holyfield.
I believe he
I
gets
look
bigger.
forward to him. I basically rely on my boxing ability. If I can't knock a guy out, I can sit there and use my jab and beat him all 8 rounds, or how many rounds that I have to go. So it's not like I'm short fused, short patient or anything.
Here, Moody gets caught in the ropes, which opens the door for Holyfield to unleash hell.
You see the durability here of Moody. He's not the kind of fighter traditionally who has been able to be knocked out with one punch. You have to put punches together like Holyfield has done right there.
He keeps everything really close and tight. He doesn't really like open up too much. His combos are very close. Elbows tucked and then goes in for the kill. Dude, come on.
This fight is over. It should be that
The refs
knockdown here in
would kill
round
somebody.
3, and the referee signaling an end without even beginning the count. So Moody.
How was he allowed to hit that many times when he was on the ropes, man?
Pennsylvania to accept this confrontation with Holyfield and winds up flat on his back as Evander takes a step toward a title shot with an impressive 3rd round knockout victory over Shisanda Moody.
At home in an Atlanta suburb are living proof that his life is more than boxing. There's wife Paulette, 2-year-old son Evander Jr., and daughter Ashley.
At home, Holyfield was a man of family and faith, though over the years, he'd struggle with fidelity. Another major reason for his financial downfall.
Oh, dang.
Having 11 kids with 6 different women. Sidebar, wrap it up, gentlemen. One night of fun can cost you a whole lot of your future.
Dang, that's like Nick Cannon. I think it said after the 10th one, you stop paying. If you have two more than 10, after that you're good.
Scariest regard.
Uppercut got in.
A perpetual motion machine who throws punches in bunches and seems to never tire.
Jeez. So Mike Tyson got his energy sucked by Don King.
Russell's going to give him a count.
Where Holyfield
It is over.
had a different route.
He'd now contend for his first world title.
Yeah, that's crazy. All this, no title fight yet?
The first of the Olympians to fight for a world title. Is he ready this fast?
He has been very impressive in his 8 fights to date. He has shown that he has retained his power. He puts punches together very, very well, and he has the competitive fire to take on an opponent when he's in trouble.
30 years ago this year, you won your first title against Dwight Muhammad Qawi. You ended up in hospital that night.
Sure did. You know, it was a very tough fight, and my 12th professional fight. Did nobody think I was going to win. They felt I was going to get knocked out.
Clapping hands, he goes up into the ring.
Yo, he looks scared. He looks nervous.
I came to win.
Those aren't really fighting words.
The bell rings, and this is round 1.
Just 2 years after his Olympic disappointment, he was fighting for the junior heavyweight title.
Dwight Muhammad Qawi was an absolute beast. Known for his ferocious punching power, he was no cupcake.
He has really good combos, really good speed. You can see that he's a lot lighter due to his speed
Many young
compared to the other
fighters
heavyweights.
target a belt
It's like Muhammad Ali style, you know,
who
but
they view as beatable.
more stocky. He just doesn't have that leg like Muhammad Ali, you know?
Evander entered his first title fight as an even bet, a coin flip.
Also, his footwork, he's moving around the ring really well.
What ensued was a war.
Numerous shots. Right left combo. But he did come back with a strong left to keep Qawi honest, and now a left-right for his own.
Look at that stance that Holyfield has, man.
A real back-and-forth brawl that tested the resolve of the young Holyfield.
But I must admit, I read a few times that you consider that to be one of your
very
hardest
close,
fights, if
just
not your hardest
very
fight.
close.
That was the
punches, right?
Vicious combination of punches.
Wow, the stamina on this guy.
One reason, because I didn't have that much experience, and another reason, I went 15 rounds.
Looks like it's just target practice for him. He's just throwing it. Is he a strong puncher?
Real deal. Threw over 1,200 punches in 15 rounds. 1,200.
For the winner, and new
Dude, that's stamina, bro.
He
Endurance.
secured his first
there's no way.
professional title.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to hit hard if you throw 1,200
seemingly more
punches.
impressive with each outing. And several times during the course of the fight, we heard Al and Alex Wallo refer to the fight in which he won the title, and that was back in July, last July 12th to be exact. It was at the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia, and he took the title from Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
Evander had been baptized by fire and would be the better for it.
Turned pro in November of '84, the night of gold in New York.
Junior
Took less than
heavyweight
2
champion.
years to win a title. And as I turn now to Alex Wallo, the irony here is that there were 9 gold medalists,
So
1
confused,
silver
right?
medalist, and 1 bronze medalist for the U.S. at Los Angeles. And the man who won the bronze wound up winning the first title.
But even though he is champion, I think he has not yet reached his full potential. This is only his 14th professional fight.
Wow,
and with more
what?
experience, he will get better, especially if he gets
What's
that
with the
surge of confidence
look at the
that comes
guy
to so
that's
many fighters when they
rubbing
win a
his
title.
Jesus, he just wants to touch some
Take on
Holyfield.
former Olympic
Holy water.
teammate Henry Tillman.
He's getting baptized by holy water.
Dropping him 4 times.
Yo, the guy's getting dropped, drowned. Bless him.
Get over here!
Scorpion? Get over here.
Evander Holyfield stopping Henry Tillman.
He's not bad, but he's not as like electrifying as Mike Tyson when he was young, you know?
14 straight.
Mike
He won by a
Tyson was
technical
crazy.
knockout at 143 of the 7th round.
Immediately, there
more
was
like
speculation about Holyfield jumping up to heavyweight. But Evander had goals of conquering the cruiserweight division first.
He was one of the first guys that figured out how to correctly implement weightlifting training because of Mackie Shilstone.
We profile Holyfield and the training that he underwent. It's 21st century kind of techniques. They're very involved with Team Holyfield, the kinds of people they have working with.
Using 3 weights and specially designed weight machines, Hallmark has bulked Holyfield up from 190 to 202 without sacrificing any of his hand speed or endurance.
Holyfield pushed training to new heights.
That's why he looks so jacked.
Implementing training in ways boxers hadn't before.
Oh, so is that why he can still keep his speed, but he has all that weight on him?
Better and better ways to keep him motivated, to keep him sharp.
I didn't use any weight.
Coach Tim Hallmark have taken a
train with weights. I just trained my body weight.
Training program.
But I was like 220 pounds at like 17 years old when I did Taekwondo, and I did the same thing. I utilized explosiveness and speed.
Another goal right behind it.
I was a fast heavyweight.
Evander
I was
Holyfield is
lightning
the
fast.
WBA junior heavyweight champion. Ricky Parkey is the IBF cruiserweight champ. Holyfield scoring with lefts and rights.
Nice. Yeah, he still has that speed. That's lethal. With that much weight and that speed, game over. So this is just cruiserweight. He's trying to get up and build up. Okay.
That is time left in the round as Davey Pearl will count it.
Against Ricky Parkey, Holyfield had a shot to capture his second title.
Holyfield comes right after Parkey, who has nothing.
So he still has the junior title, and this is the cruiserweight title. He's not defending. He's trying to get it.
Has stopped Ricky Parkey.
Cruiserweight. Okay.
So Evander Holyfield is now.
And Taekwondo cruiserweight is closer to like fit and fly. So cruiserweight is like a lot lighter. So to me, it's very confusing or it's hard to understand.
Knockout had secured Holyfield the IBF cruiserweight title.
I do want to just take Ocasio and take him very seriously. Then afterwards, looking towards that tough fight against Mike Tyson or whoever might be there at that time.
Holyfield and Mike Tyson were on a collision course that seemed inevitable. Holyfield kept doing his part.
You get the feeling Ocasio certainly doesn't want any more. Holyfield zeroing in, knowing this could end right now.
Ooh. Man, after watching Muay Thai,
Evander Holyfield retains his WBA junior
boxing
heavyweight
ones
IBF
aren't as hard, you know?
and
They're
sets
still
up
devastating,
a second
but it's
match
like
with Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
And
Muay Thai are different beasts.
It is scheduled for 15. This is for the IBF
Holyfield looks
Cruiserweight
amazingly fit.
Championship. Rated number 1 by the WBA, number 3 according to the IBF.
Cruiserweight, right?
A two-time former world champ who says he has only one goal to regain the title from Evander.
Why would he want to stay in cruiserweight if he's like this dominant?
Boy, when Holyfield triggers off a counter.
I guess legacy. No way.
Dwight Qawi can only get frustrated with this kind of fighting.
Holyfield does not lose, right? Every time I hear this type of music, that slow music, ooh, he clipped him. Never mind. It's over. It's every time I hear that like soft music, I always feel like there's gonna be an upset.
It's over. He cannot get up. He stayed, looked
First
at the
time
doctor
KO
right in the face, shook his head, and that
so it
was
was an upset.
Holyfield in a knockout.
Okay, now I understand why the music was there.
As his fame grew, so did his fortune. He built an enormous mansion and acquired a litany of expensive new toys. And of course, the highest peak one could ever reach.
Oh my god, I had the toy of that Lamborghini, dude.
His own Sega game. Wow. Mike Tyson was showing up at his fights, trying to build hype for the super fight.
Hype?
Boom,
Building hype? Boxing hype?
This capacity crowd for the world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson.
That's so cool. To just be in the crowd and that's the name title, Mike Tyson World Heavyweight Champion.
Just one more belt was needed to become the first ever undisputed cruiserweight champ.
And here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12.
Oh wow, so he's hunting. He's hunting all the belts. Nice. He's collecting the Infinity Stones like Thanos.
A dominant performance en route to capturing the third and final cruiserweight
I still
strap.
have to learn about like how the titles work. There's 5 of them, right? each with different kind of leads.
Bill's Lane steps in. He has stopped the fight. Evander Holyfield is the undisputed cruiserweight, junior heavyweight champion of the
So far, like, boxing is the only kind of like fighting sport that I see that many titles on somebody. Like
the cruiserweight title for the first time in the history.
Unless I'm wrong, maybe there's other
in the cruiserweight division. Holyfield made the
can't
move
think of anything right now.
heavyweight.
When the former cruiserweight king stepped up to the heavyweight ranks, he had to prove he belonged there. Feeling amidst the calmness and serenity, Evander Real Deal Holyfield makes his heavyweight debut against James Quick Tillis.
Evander, does it feel much different to you to walk into your dressing room now that you're a full heavyweight instead of a cruiserweight?
Well, I feel no different. I think each and every fight is important, and so it's no different.
In his first heavyweight fight, he'd take on the man who had given Tyson the hardest fight of his career, James Tillis.
Poor Tillis, man.
Not so quick Tillis because he's getting outspeeded and slugged.
I don't think Tillis is gonna come out as a winner on this one, man. He got beat. I think Mike Tyson beat him twice, right? Beat him twice in that Holyfield. Poor Tillis. He's just like a speed bump. I love the music. I wonder if they get nervous. I mean, like the champions, of course, you know? Like, I wonder what their routine is before every fight.
Couple of good shots and he'll be gone.
Like they do their warm-up and everything, but man, I was always nervous. Even if I knew I was gonna win, I always had nerves. I had something I did in the beginning of every fight, you know? Like, I would just energize myself and kind of like put myself in a different zone.
It was a thorough and dominant outing that only raised more questions about Evander from haters.
Some Christmas spirit here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City.
Questions about his power and ability to finish large fighters.
Evander didn't knock out Tillis, you recall, and the question still lingers.
That's what it is. So he has a lot more speed in the combos, but he doesn't really pack a punch. So he'd rather have the stamina and endurance and just keep punching them down so that he wins decision-wise and just kind of wear and tear, right? But he doesn't really have that knockout punch. That's interesting because he has all that muscle, you know?
Outing.
As rated by Ring Magazine, here he is, the real deal, Evander Holyfield.
He seemed like he was fighting for a long time and only has that many bouts.
And that happens from time to time.
That seems a lot less than compared to other people, right?
Get the punch off first. And there he did.
And Pinklock.
Like usually people have like around like 40 wins and 0 knockouts around that point.
What a crisp left as Holyfield doubled up with the left.
Is this where he knocks him out? Yo, he's gonna knock him out to show the people, show them haters.
Vicious right.
Vicious right, but he's not down. Does he not follow through? Like, why doesn't he have that much power?
What a right hand by Evander Holyfield.
Does he snap back too much?
Holyfield.
Does he worry too much more about the combos and the speed that he doesn't really follow through with a hard punch? Very curious. Because in Taekwondo, that's the same thing.
It was a holiday beatdown that saw Thomas quit on his stool between rounds.
Bye-bye. That's it. That's it. He's stopping it.
He's done, yeah. Just wears him down. Because in Taekwondo, if you snap your kick, it's more to add another kick after that. So when we snap, it's because we're wanting to do more kicks.
The press
but if we kind of turn our hips into it,
the power to compete in the heavies.
A trimmed down Evander Holyfield 208 was 210 his last fight, looking to outspeed.
That's crazy. He's taller than me, but I weigh heavier than him.
WBA heavyweight champion. Coach said he's going to come right out.
I'm 6 foot, 220.
The key word here for Evander Holyfield is respect.
It was against former champion Michael Dokes that many believed Holyfield's heavyweight dreams would come to an end.
Really? No. That's so interesting. I still can't believe that like he looks this decent, but at 6'3", he's only 210.
Good strategic move by Dokes. He should be using that big weight.
I hit 200 pounds in like grade 10.
He was simply too small.
Not
a real heavyweight.
He's got Holyfield in some trouble here.
That's so crazy to me.
He landed to the face.
like, I'm too small.
Epic showdown.
Did his mouth guard just pop up?
These rounds are just seesawing so close. Both men are hurting each other, and yet Holyfield still stands there.
Yeah, man, it's such a different feeling watching George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, like powerful hitters. Muhammad Ali, I know he was like, he wasn't as strong of a hitter, but he still had that like
viewed as all height,
speed.
Doak's in trouble.
Holyfield doesn't really give me the same
responded
reaction.
in kind by giving
was
Doakes
nice.
one
That was
of the
nice.
most thorough beatings he'd ever received.
Michael Doak staggered.
Okay, that was nice. That was nice. Yeah, I feel like he snaps back. He doesn't really follow through with his punches a lot.
A spectacular knockout.
Evander drove.
Oh, right.
Michael
Drove
Doak
his
from
fist
heavyweight champ
right in the face, man.
across the ring.
Holy.
He's out. He's out. It's over.
And ended the fight.
It's all over, says Richard Steele.
Holyfield answers quite a
No
few
wonder he had to
questions.
headbutt Mike Tyson then, huh?
And has he got the courage?
I think his strategy was make him emotional so he loses focus. I think if it wasn't with the head button,
it was all about
game.
building to Mike Tyson.
Or a surprise the way that Holyfield has not. Right now, Holyfield is getting untracked. He's finally woken up.
Fans are going wild.
Holyfield
was
went
nice.
out
Wow,
and
okay.
destroyed any and all competition.
Bambi legs, Bambi legs.
But down goes Rodriguez out of nowhere. Adelson Rodriguez is on the cage.
He's stiff.
And he's not
He's
getting
stiff.
up.
He's stiff.
It's all over. Here in the second round, Evander Holyfield has KO'd Adelson Rodriguez.
Damn. I wish there was a safer way to like knock people out, you know?
Holyfield possesses a knockout punch. You can erase
Where people can
all that
still do
doubt.
boxing and those crazy sports, but not really have the longevity
and
damage.
leaving Don King less and less ways to dodge the Tyson Holyfield fight.
Who did you think were going to be your great rivals then? Can you remember?
Tyson. Everything was about
I
Tyson.
would love to fight Evander Holyfield, but by no means, right now. Right now. Today, tonight. In the ring, out of the ring, anything he wants.
So when will we see
wow,
the
Don
showdown?
King's like, it's not
Just
good for
good
business.
measure, Holyfield took a fight against undefeated KO specialist Alex Stewart.
1989. And it's
In
a fight that gets
stereo.
completely overlooked.
What a
and you're
time,
fighting a guy that was born not a million miles from here.
Where
we're sitting
available.
right now, Alex Stewart, who I think was 24-0 with mostly knockouts. You went about 7 or 8 rounds of him. It was brutal when it landed. And the first question for you is, why would you fight Alex Stewart at that stage? Why?
Let's get ready to rumble. 12 rounds of boxing. Round 1 scheduled for 12.
I felt to be the best, you fight the best.
Hells
so
yeah.
I wasn't afraid to take a chance. You know, it's almost like betting. You bet on yourself.
Hells yeah. That's what it's all about, man. You fight the best to beat the best. To be the best.
Took Stewart apart. And once again, left no doubt who should be Mike Tyson's next opponent.
I hate all this dodging, man. How long were they dodging?
This is vintage Holyfield. I mean, if you have...
What's Tony Perez doing now?
Ladies and gentlemen, due
Yeah,
to
he
a
does
very
not look
severe cut
good.
on the
He's
right
not look
eye of Alex
good.
Stewart, Chief ringside physician Dr. Frank B. Doggett advised referee Tony Perez to stop the winner. And still, Continental America's heavyweight champion, still #1 contender, Evander Real Deal Holyfield.
Must be so cool to be an announcer, man. What a great voice, huh?
But then, one fateful night in Japan changed the boxing landscape forever.
Oh, Mike
James
Tyson?
Buster Douglas had KO'd Tyson.
James Buster Douglas. That is right, folks. We are not kidding. James Buster Douglas with a devastating right uppercut. He followed that with a left cross and sent Tyson reeling in the 10th round. James Buster Douglas beats Mike Tyson.
With Tyson out of the picture, Holyfield would finally get his shot at the heavyweight titles.
Some people are still saying, is he a true heavyweight? I think he is. I think both these men are terrific boxers, and I think they'll create one of the most exciting heavyweight championship matches in the last 15 years.
The whole purpose was to get him a heavyweight title fight, that Project Omega. And as I told the Dubas, when the bell rang for the first round with Buster Douglas, their project is over.
Celebrities showed up in abundance, like Charlie Sheen.
Is it worth it to sit in a $1,000 seat for a fight?
Yeah, it's one of the benefits of our job.
Tell me about the last time you took drugs.
The last time I took drugs, I probably took more than anybody could survive.
Mel Gibson was also in attendance.
And that it takes us back to that period of Roman excess.
Say what you want about Mel Gibson, but the son of a bitch knows story structure. Ah!
Hey, look, it's O.J. Simpson.
What? On earth. You know, they can whip anybody that's walking.
And Bill Cosby. Jeez, what a lineup.
Yeah, what a lineup, huh? Back in the day.
Evander Holyfield gets the greeting from the crowd. Evander Holyfield is looking to take the heavyweight championship away from James Buster.
I just can't imagine all of this happening in today's, like everyone from the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Holyfield caught him with a nasty counter right. And just like that, it was over.
What round? What round? What round? What round?
Evander Holyfield. It was a twisting right.
That was spicy. Round 3. Damn, Buster. You got busted.
And his name is Evander Holyfield.
Damn. Hey, good for him.
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Real Deal Holyfield.
Holyfield's, I mean, he's a good boxer. I can see he's a good boxer, but there's something.
Real Deal Holyfield
I'm not feeling it.
was now the undisputed heavyweight
maybe it's
champion
a story, maybe
of the world.
His personality, but
he returned to Atlanta, a hero, a massive parade.
So everyone was into boxing.
Take 4.
Boxing was
bet
big.
I would. If it's a breakfast buddy from Burger King.
The Breakfast Buddy Sandwich.
Okay, that commercial would not be fit today.
Right. It's Miller time.
Hey guys, on me.
Holyfield seized his moment in the sun.
The bodybuilder drink.
When I take that belt, it's going right here around my back.
Foreman, who demolished Joe Frazier to capture the world crown 17 years ago, is making a remarkable comeback. Now shaven-headed, he's recorded 22 victories on his way to another shot at the world title.
The two commercials are coming together.
For a super fight against heavyweight champ Evander Holyfield was in high demand. In what would be, at that time, the biggest payday in heavyweight history.
Wow.
George said, cool. I may be old,
Since the comeback.
I may be fat, but he said, here I is.
Mark, with a 28-year-old Evander Holyfield, undisputed heavyweight champion.
That's crazy. See how many fights, man? That's wild.
He's fighting a 42-year-old George Foreman.
The pundits were convinced the fight was more farce than anything.
So a lot of people made a big deal about this as being a farce beforehand.
25 and 6.
That George, even though you say Holyfield is going to win,
if I fights in 6 years, I don't know. I really wish the Foreman got it, but
a few rounds before no one was laughing.
But he proved himself. He proved himself. He proved himself. I'm just happy with how George's story ended. I'm just glad for George. Happy for George. Good comeback.
Is to wear George Foreman down.
A drama entitled The Old Guy Hung in There. Took a beating but went the distance. Kept coming.
Yeah, with a young like Holyfield, man. Like he's also deezed.
Blasted Foreman, connecting clean, but Foreman kept coming.
Well, of course, he can take a punch, man. He just needed Holyfield to stand still to give him a nice little heavy hook.
Staggered. Holyfield has staggered Foreman.
Seemingly impervious to pain.
George seems to have absorbed those punches in the previous round rather well there.
He did. Surprisingly well.
Foreman aimed Evander's best shots and pushed forward. And though he was slow
man, he's a beast. I like George, man.
Could turn any fight with a single punch.
Well, here he comes.
Yeah, when want to see all these good fighters like in one era. Prime Holyfield, Prime George, Prime Ali, Prime Mike Tyson, Prime Lennox Lewis. That'd be amazing.
George, because I think he legitimately hurt.
What a reality, huh? In today's era.
Round 6 scheduled for 12.
No politics, one league, everyone fights the best.
The bout was just for
amazing.
Had been silenced.
Would be way better than UFC. Way better.
Heavyweights that Evander Holyfield has faced so far.
Here comes Holyfield. Doubling his left.
The golden era. Wow. Wow. Holyfield really is showing everybody he does not have the power in the punches, man. George is just absorbing it.
Flush in George Foreman's face.
Like, that's crazy. Holyfield is just doing everything he could. George is just like, what's up? Who's good? It's like that Muay Thai fighter. He must be so frustrated. He's like, how do I make him go down? I mean, obviously he'll win by decision. Good job to George. I only saw a short clip of this, but wow, amazing. He lasted through the whole thing.
It's trite to say, but Foreman was a winner in many respects.
Like, obviously he lasted through the whole thing. I'm like, wow, I can't believe he took a beating like that.
But the way he fought proved that the second coming of Big George Foreman was no mirage.
Like the 8th wonder of the world. Never will you ever see this again.
Sidebar. I got a great documentary on the career of George Foreman on this channel. So like, sub, and click the bell. It really helps me out.
Oh, brother, you got a problem with my lights? Why don't you come tell me that to my face then? There is a gentleman in the fire who claims you had some harsh words with him on the phone.
I watched this. No way. I had no idea it was Holyfield. I remember this episode.
At last, the dream fight of Mike Tyson versus Holyfield.
I never understood that episode, though.
Was to have been the biggest financial payoff in boxing.
I thought he just looked
history,
mean.
albeit one of the most controversial.
However, before the fight could take place, Iron Mike would be arrested and sent to prison.
He chose to fight the best young American heavyweight, Olympic silver medalist Riddick Bowe.
And all these stories.
Riddick Bowe.
One of the wonderful things about Evander for spectators.
Don't know who Riddick Bowe is. I mean, he's been
great defensive fighter. He does get hit.
Mentioned.
So for that matter, does Bowe.
Good left hook to the body by Evander Holyfield.
And the left hook to the jaw. And Holyfield is quicker to the punch.
I wonder who Holyfield loses to. I forgot.
A fantastic.
He must have lost to someone before Mike Tyson, right?
Holyfield land the right-hand lead. The right-hand lead is a big punch in his arsenal tonight. He believes the way to neutralize
before he fought Mike Tyson, he had at least one loss.
Is to beat him to the punch with, and already Bowe begins to hold and hit, and they brawl in the center of the ring.
Saw Bowe conquer Holyfield.
Really?
By decision.
Okay, so I was right. But this is the guy?
Piece is out of Holyfield.
New heavyweight.
Damn, okay.
Ready.
Boxing is just, you can never bet on someone because you never know what's going to happen. One unlucky punch.
This set up an equally savage rematch.
Oh, Jackson.
A memorable fight. One thing I got to tell you that's a pleasure for me about this, as Bowe cuts Holyfield with 2 overhand rights.
Rematch, right?
To start the fight.
Infamously, a man parachuted into the ring mid-fight.
Stop!
Someone is and somebody in a parachute has just landed on the edge of the ring, has been pulled away by security guards. The fight has been brought to
This craziness delayed the fight for 20 minutes.
The fight resumed in round 7.
Just stay away from the slugfest.
What? I want to know what happened to that.
Left-right combination by Evander.
Who did that? Well, now it could change. That's got to be controversial, though, for sure.
Holyfield stops Bowe in his
How the hell did someone parachute in? Oh man, this is
Holyfield
weird.
took the rematch and was champion again.
Weird events.
For 11 years and 31 fights, nobody had ever questioned Evander Holyfield's heart.
Oh, this is where he loses. Yes,
Michael Moorer.
This guy also beat him.
At the onset,
Right.
Holyfield blasted Moorer.
No. Obviously, he loses because he gets the title, then Georgie gets it.
But then, tragedy struck.
Right.
Evander slumped on a stool, tired, and not wanting to go back out. What he didn't know at the time was that he had suffered what would later be diagnosed as a heart attack.
Holyfield suffered a heart attack mid-fight. He didn't know it. He just kept fighting. He stood in front of Moorer and took everything he had and never went down.
But the after the fight story was not the story of Evander's defeat. It was the story of his heart. A heart his personal physician had diagnosed as a stiff heart. In this fight, his heart had failed him, not he it.
His heart was not able to handle the fluid load, and fluid built up in his lungs. That's when we realized he had a cardiac condition.
After a lengthy recovery, Holyfield returned to action. During his absence, Mike Tyson had returned from prison and recaptured 2 of the 3 heavyweight belts.
He's a specimen, man.
My belief in theory in life is to destroy or be destroyed.
Some people have sentimental favorite for Holyfield, but Tyson the odds-on favorite.
Yeah, I'm not a gambling man at all, but I do feel that Evander Holyfield is going to pull off like one of the biggest shocks ever, because I just think he's going to have too much heart, desire, and commitment from one.
You have to carry him out of here.
Out for the WC.
Guarantee you.
Mike Tyson as champion.
Guarantee you. Holyfield know what he up against. He know we don't play games.
Comes back after the heart thing, man.
Tyson play games. We don't play no games. We not allowed to talk. We bring in the pain.
Much anticipated showdown between Iron Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield.
And then once again, I let everything go away, and I believed I was God. I believed I was great. I didn't believe I had to train for him. I thought everybody was afraid of me.
At last, the fight we all wanted to see 5
come
years
on.
prior was set. Tyson was simply not the same after prison.
Combination by Holyfield. Holyfield looking to air it out.
Holyfield's unloading. He's taking a shot. He's going for it.
Oh, Tyson's in trouble.
And Holyfield was able to bully him around the ring.
No matter what happens from here on in, we are looking at a sports legend.
It's always so tough to see Mike Tyson like this, man.
Holyfield continues to make it. He's got Tyson in trouble. Tyson's ready to go.
Holyfield had done it.
Damn.
Evander, the real deal.
He joined Muhammad Ali to be one of only 2 men to have ever captured the heavyweight belt 3 times.
And he did it like this. And he did it like this. And he did it like this.
A quick rematch was scheduled in Vegas. No lead-up required. It was the highly discussed ear-biting incident.
So Tyson got really dazed and confused, and finally he just snapped and bit his ear.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
I kept on saying, I want to get him back. I want to get him back.
Evander Holyfield, look out! He's pushed right here above us by Tyson.
He got bit in the ear.
Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear.
I mean, they're friends now, but oh man, what
Dirty Mike Tyson.
So we go back in, then all of a sudden, you bit this ear.
Mike Tyson has bit Evander Holyfield.
That's a strong bite. If you take a chunk of someone's ear, man, that's a strong bite, man.
Mike Tyson will fight again, and you'll pay to see. But this time, you're going to pay twice as much.
His tasteless performance against Evander Holyfield spawned headlines like Reality Bites, Paper Chew, and Irresponsible.
To say when the budding occurred, and I thought I might lose because of a severely of a cut above my eye, I just snapped.
I've got an epic Mike Tyson doc on this channel, so please help out, sub, click the bell, and watch stuff.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
The winner would become the undisputed heavyweight champion.
This was the
WBA, WBC,
robbery for my boy
and
Lennox
IBF
Lewis.
straps.
See, when I was watching Lennox Lewis, I felt it. I felt the energy. Holyfield is like pretty bland to me so far.
And we're underway.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Holyfield, to be honest. I'm kind of glad that Lennox Lewis came in.
Seeming to slip as Lewis landed the first punch of the bout.
Controlling the action with his jab, Lennox kept Holyfield from getting in distance.
Look at how unstoppable Lewis is when he fires the jab with frequency.
I mean, I like Mike Tyson too. It just sucks what happened to him.
Was the
He's still my number one. Lennox number two. He's my boy. My Canadian.
Connecting more.
And you heard Emmanuel Stewart say, come up with the uppercut. Lewis lands on it.
Let's go.
And causing
the first time I'm watching the actual guys documentary, but I'm rooting for the other dude.
It was meant to be a coronation for Lennox.
Yeah, it is.
A real statement victory over another legendary name.
Not since Bob Fitzsimmons in 1897 has a citizen of Great Britain held an undisputed heavyweight title. We may be minutes away from that watershed right now.
Of course, you see where I'm going with this.
115 to 113 in favor of Evander Holyfield. A draw, the decision is even a draw. Both champions retain their belts.
No, man, they gotta go one more round. That's such a boo, man.
That's a travesty. That is, ladies and gentlemen, a travesty, an outrage, a highway robbery. Lennox Lewis has just been robbed of the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. He won it, and he didn't get it.
Let's think of this exercise as an autopsy, looking for clues to the crime, not the fight of the century. Did they examine the British judge who scored it a draw for traces of Don King's DNA?
You threw 348 punches. Holyfield threw 130.
Should the American judge who gave it to Holyfield be arrested or merely barred from ever setting foot in a boxing arena again?
Days have passed since Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield met in Madison Square Garden. And still, the firestorm of media criticism continues for the official decision which denied Lewis his apparent victory and left the heavyweight championship fragmented between the two fighters.
With social media and everything,
was demanded and set.
Oh man, this would have blown up much bigger
Once
in today's
again,
world.
The title of undisputed heavyweight
Wonder
champion
what the reason is,
was on the line.
All right, fans,
why did the judges do
the
it?
rematch we've all been waiting for.
I hate politics in sports,
Las
man.
Vegas, it's time for the main event of the evening.
We should have drama tonight.
Taekwondo had the exact same thing, politics.
Holyfield is a legend and a warrior.
I love that uppercut he does to
night,
Holyfield.
He was simply no match for Lennox Lewis.
Lewis able to stick
It wasn't no match for him the first time, man.
He's jumping in because of the distance. He can't get it.
Lennox jabbed him into oblivion.
Holyfield to watch his head as Lewis goes under and then over with the right hand. Now Lennox fires the uppercut,
Let's go.
throws Holyfield off.
When Holyfield tried to come in, Lennox blasted him with the uppercut.
Ooh, he gets blasted hard with those uppercuts, man.
He's just waiting on that uppercut now. Multiple punches for Lewis. Holyfield not throwing back in 5 more seconds of fighting.
Okay.
And the fans appreciate it.
And the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox
There you go. Holyfield knows. Come on. Holyfield's like, I'm gonna retire, man. That was fun. When does he call it quits? I'm very intrigued. How long does he go?
Because you got to be able to take something to give something.
Right. Well, you always could take it.
Yeah.
That was a big part of it.
Was that his last fight ever?
You had an iron
It seems like it's the end.
In his prime, Holyfield was a warrior unrivaled, a brutal brawler with technical ability, limitless willpower.
I feel like he should have just stayed in the
to
cruiserweight.
take on any and every challenger.
Yeah, he should have just stayed in the cruiserweight championship or the cruiserweight division. I wonder. I mean, he still dominated heavyweight, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he probably goes into the heavyweight to kind of establish a better career. Hall of Fame. Get that title, you're in there.
Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
I guess being a heavyweight champion meant a lot more than being a cruiserweight champion, for sure.
Nobody brings it home like
Joseph Vincent. Nobody.
Make it so.
Now, that was a pretty long video. If you guys are here at the end, consider subscribing, like the video if you enjoyed the content. But other than that, Evander Holyfield didn't really resonate with me too much. I'm not really sure what it is. He seems like a great fighter, don't get me wrong. His technique looks amazing. His combos, his speed. But there's just something about him. I don't know. He didn't really seem exhilarating. He didn't really, I don't know, hook me in. I'm not sure if it's the same with you guys. I don't know where he ranks with the community of boxing. But to me, I didn't see anything special other than a guy who has really good talent, had a great opportunity, and he really used it to his advantage, you know? Other than that, there's not really much to say. I still believe, you know, Mike Tyson to me is gonna be my favorite boxer regardless of what happened to him. Obviously, I'm gonna always hope and wish that like it never happened, but it did. Lennox Lewis, also another technical great fighter that I'm really happy did really well. But Holyfield, even though he has that endurance, that build, he didn't really have me engaged, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that feels that way. I'm not discrediting anything of his career. It's just kind of like how I felt as a first-time viewer. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers for now.